Tonight was the 13th out of 14 matches where you've gone into the interval and you've defensively held a team goalless. This is now also on top of that, that's 4 points out of 6 against teams that are also in the playoff hunt. Can you look at where you're at as a defense right now and where you feel that that can propel you to?
I mean, I think that if we don't get scored on, we're not going to lose games. So, you know, they played unbelievable, and I think as a team from the back line to the midfield to the forwards, I think everyone was really connected, and I just remember in the middle of the game just feeling like, you know, we totally had complete control, in my opinion. And I think going forward, yeah, if you don't get scored on, you know, you're not going to lose games. And I think that we held them to, I think, 0 shots on goal, which is unbelievable. And I think that that's just something to build on. And I think focusing on each game and not looking too far ahead and not worrying about where we are in the standings. So I think if we play our game and you know, we stay to the details and we do that, then we'll be okay. And I think that that will land us in a playoff spot regardless. But just taking each game at a time and not really paying too much attention to the standings, even though I know it is very, very tight with the points. So just got to get the points when you can. It's a huge road, like after having, you know, 3 games back-to-back, going to Utah and coming here and playing Portland and getting a win, that's huge.
With tonight's result and the result you guys got at Utah, do you feel, and the process of how you guys got those results, do you feel like this was the response that the team needed to put together after last week, you know, losing to North Carolina? Yeah,
for sure. I think, you know, we're dealing with injuries and people missing games, and having to fill those spots and trying to figure out what works best on the go is always tough. But I think that this performance, regardless of the scoreline, was a huge step, and I think that it is the performance that we needed to kind of just remind ourselves of how good we are and you know, keep us on the path to the goals that we want and as a team, and you know, keep building in the process. It's a new team, it's a lot of new players, new coach, and tonight just felt like an overall like excellent team win.
You've had an opportunity to experience both sides of this rivalry now in both stadiums. Mm-hmm. Tonight you had a huge amount of traveling fans from Portland, a little bit of a overall ticket bump tonight in attendance. Can you speak to the atmosphere of these matches and the rivalry now that you've experienced it from all angles?
I think that, you know, there's nothing that compares to playing in Portland, but the atmosphere that the Reign fans brought tonight, I didn't even hear the Portland people. And I think that, like, I felt their energy and I felt their vibe, and I thought that, you know, they kind of helped us on when it was like dipping a little, or we thought that the momentum might just switch, you know. So I think it was amazing, and I think that that's exactly what we need. And this rivalry, it doesn't get better than this. And you know, I love these games, I live for them, and to win in the 87th, 88th minute was just unreal after a great team performance.
Something I noticed when the team was finishing up their warm-ups before the match started was that you were talking with Elizabeth Otto about something, and it looked like you two were kind of linked up as if you two were like going, you know, imitating like a 3-legged race. Can you talk about what was going on with that?
Yeah, I think that Otto is a great addition to our team, and I think she brings something that no one else has on her team, and I think that she's such a special player, and she's still learning how it is. I think this league is so physical and so demanding, and you can't shut off for 1 second, especially a team that likes to just serve the box from pretty much as soon as they cross the half field. You know, so I was just making sure that she knew where to be, her defensive responsibilities, and making sure that like she understood that role, because it is a huge role, and she's kind of the first person to put the pressure on, and if she goes, then we can all go, but if she doesn't go. And so I just was talking her through that and helping her explain that, and you know, she's a great player, and I mean, in the game, I catch myself just watching her and dribbling people and cutting them and them falling. And she's just so fun to watch. And I think that she'll be a big player. And I think the more she gets used to this league and how physical it is and the demand that it has, mentally and physically, that, she'll just grow. And I think that, that she played a great game tonight. And just got to help her with the defensive responsibilities sometimes.
One last really quick question. You've now had an opportunity to get through half a season here in Seattle, settled into a midfield role, and there seems to be some success. Are you finding yourself comfortable now with these players in this environment, or is there still a lot of adjustment coming?
To be honest, there wasn't one time that I ever felt uncomfortable. I felt that this team likes to play football, and they like to, and as a player, the way I enjoy soccer and I see the game is exactly how Seattle likes to play. They're completing passes, they're breaking lines, they're beating pressure. And so coming into this team, I felt like almost at home right away. And the players around me make it so easy. And I truly feel at home, and I feel that, I could play my best soccer on this team with the players around me, with the coaching staff that we have. I think it's the perfect setup for me, and I feel as a player that I'm just gonna grow so much just being in this environment, training with these players every day, and I'm truly grateful. And I don't feel like there was an adjustment period. I feel like it kind of just seamlessly worked straight from preseason. Me personally, but I don't know, maybe you can ask Flacco. He might say something, but